Welcome to Beyond the Physical, a podcast that uncovers the secrets to tapping into the world beyond form to thrive in life and business. I'm your host, Sitara Faye, a world-renowned psychic medium, quantum business coach, and your guide on this journey beyond the physical. Each episode will dive into spiritual insights, intuitive wisdom, and practical strategies to help you discover your personal greatness. Please feel free to find me on Instagram and YouTube at sitara.speaks for daily connection. Thank you for joining us, and let's get started. Before we proceed with today's episode, please note that this was originally recorded as an Instagram Live, and you'll notice some instances where I encourage some interaction. If you find yourself wanting to do so or to catch us live, please feel free to dial in by commenting on any of my posts on Instagram, and I'll be happy to send you a DM.
Hello, my loves. Let's talk about dragons. We got a big wave of dragon energy moving through, specifically over here. Oh my gosh. As some of you know, I'll share the story, the cliff notes of it. When I was in Bali, I got a very, very clear vision to go out to the dunes outside of Dubai, out to the desert, and awaken the earth dragon energy that's here. I'm an earth dragon. I have been channeling and connecting with dragon energy in a conscious way consistently since about 2016. There's a lot of my own inner world that I don't share here very often, but now it's like very clear that this part needs to be shared. So the dragons are behind this one. Can you guys feel it? Is it just me? Or can you guys feel it? Just maybe it's through my own little channel. Maybe it's through some other waves of stuff that's going on. All right, we got to hear the snake here. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And of course, our code word today is dragon, so that you can get the invitation to come to the virtual that we're going to do. So here's the plan and here's the why. I don't do Reiki, but yeah, we can bring in some codes that will clear. Okay, so here's the deal. We are going to be going out into the dunes on Sunday here in Dubai. People who are here in Dubai, you can type Dubai in the comments, and you will get the invitation to the event out in the desert. We're going to do, it's called Dragons, Dunes, and Dinner. So we're doing dinner out there. Now, when I started talking about this, I had a surprising amount of people reach out to me and ask if I was going to be, sharing the video or recording the transmission or something, that they were very interested in participating. And that coincided with me having the idea to do a event on Monday. So we're doing the virtual event. It's going to be May 20th, Dubai evening. So about this time, actually a little bit earlier, on Monday, May 20th. So the whole premise of it is that we're going to be out in the desert in Dubai. We are going to be connecting with the earth dragon energy there. We're going to be connecting that to the grid system that's in Dubai, the light grid system that is here. And what I mean by the light grid system is a fifth dimensional grid system that connects all human beings, but human beings in their multi-dimensional sense. Many years ago, I was shown that part of my life path and part of my life purpose was to help repair the light grid. So when I go to these different places on the planet, that is a huge part of the intention of what it is that I do. I connect into the earth. I know that I am a conduit between realms in the sense that everybody here is. And as we are the conduits between realms for the dragon energy, that ultimately is what we're doing. So we're bringing conscious energy from fifth dimension and higher. Dragons are existing beyond that. So we're bringing that energy in and we're anchoring that into the center of the earth. And so what that does is that starts to bring and anchor more light consciousness into the third dimension, onto this planet, into Mama Gaia. So that's a very, very short explanation of what it means to anchor light. So when we meet together on Monday, May 20th, literally a week from today, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be using our collective energy and our global energy. So let's go ahead and play that game real quick. We've got quite a handful of people here live. So go ahead and type in here where you are tuning in from. And please don't be shy. Please don't not play along. I want you guys to see how powerful this is, because our network, our community, our group that is going to be meeting globally. So when we meet live globally and we create this grid around the planet, we're having such a significant effect on the collective unconscious. Will we be able to measure that with an instrument of technology? No, but will we know it with our instrument of technology, our own human body and our own human experience? Yes, absolutely. So we've got Germany, Italy, Abu Dhabi, Michigan, Delaware, Texas, Colombia, South America, Canada, India, Roseville, Singapore. So you see how incredible this is. One, that we're just here live at Instagram using this technology that we have, but also that we are finding our family of light. We are finding our soul tribe using social media. Social media gets so much flack and so much weird stuff, but I'm telling you, to be able to do this work globally using social media, it's such a powerful tool and it's so freaking cool. So in our meeting that we're going to be having on Monday, we are going to be, I personally will be integrating the live dinner that we have out in Dubai. I will be integrating the energy from that. And that's why I wanted to do it literally the next day, because I want to bring that energy as fresh as possible within my own consciousness to our community and to our group. So as far as I want you to feel into this, play with me on this one a little bit, but I want you to feel in intuitively. Just imagine that you are on that call. Give yourself a moment to just tune into that energy, right? Because it's happening in no time and no space. So right now, technically we are in the past, but if that container has already been created, then our future self, the future self of everyone who will be participating in that container, can already feel it. So I believe that you already know if you are in that container or not. And so you can feel into what that means for you. What will the ripple effect of that intention mean for you and your consciousness and your evolution in your life? So that's a ripple effect of the benefits that you'll be able to see from that. Now, as far as a contribution, your contribution by participating in that is going to be the ripple effect of the up-leveling of the leading edge of the consciousness of humanity. That's what's super cool. So Rad Dad 43, I see, how do I participate and contribute from Atlanta? Well, you can start by typing dragon in the chat here. That's going to send you an automated message. It's going to send you to the registration form, and that registration form will give you access to the platform. There's some classes that are actually already loaded in your participation or in your registration. I'm sorry. And so then you'll get the emails, you'll get the access to the video that we are all going to be doing. And so dragon is Dragon. It's a dragon energy, the dragon consciousness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And so some of you also, I've gotten a couple questions about the how to find your wings. It's a 3-part, 3-hour series that I recorded years ago. It's still completely relevant, still completely important. But the how to find your wings, you can actually get when you register for the dragon event. And I really highly recommend that one. It's a lot. It's a lot of content, being that it's 3-hour segments, but it's extremely transformational. It connects you to your memories of being in the angelic realm. So for those of you, dragons and angels work very, very, very close together. And so if you have, let's say you felt resonance to the term earth angels. Earth angels, I believe, are beings who have been connected to the angelic realm, which is usually 12th dimension or higher, that have served humanity or served a purpose, served as healers, served as guides in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. And I believe that there are many of us who are here on the planet now who have volunteered to be a part of the leading edge of humanity's awakening, humanity's consciousness. Beautiful. You say, I am an earth angel. So one of my absolute favorite things to do, other than dancing with the dragons and going on crazy dragon rides and bringing people into that, it's a really, really beautiful thing. And so the earth angel is really about awakening to your memories. I say that you're remembering your soul memories of when your soul was in the angelic realm. All of these memories are already inside of you. So what we focus on is we focus on activating and opening the consciousness of your heart. When we focus on healing and inner child work and shadow work and all this stuff, it can get really convoluted. But what we want to do is we want to focus on opening the heart, because when you open your heart, that's where your memories are. So I have another course called Activating Soul. I mean, you guys, I've got 7 years worth of content. I've been doing this for a long time. I have my own little personal inside joke is there's a transmission for that. We have a transmission for that. Any kind of ailment, any kind of block, any kind of, question that you may have, we've got a meditation for that will help you find your own answers. Lori Lee, I see. What are your thoughts on walk-ins? To be honest, I don't really give walk-ins a whole lot of attention. I know that it happens. I know that comas are a big way in which, a soul transfers through a body, but that's a different conversation. We're not going to go down that road right now. All right. I want to talk, my website's monadsociety.com, but ask, what specifically are you looking for on the website? Because we have more landing pages than the site is a little bit outdated. We focus more on the individual pages that get connected to the code words that are here on Instagram, to be honest. Again, if you're interested in the dragon activation, go ahead and just type dragon in the comments here and you will get linked over to that. You have until next Monday to join, but let's say you have until next Sunday, I would just join now. If you're feeling the call, if you already feel like you're in it, you're already feeling the connection to it. When you say yes, and when you energetically and financially commit to something, right? I hired somebody recently, a fitness and nutrition coach, just to help me. It's very easy for me to get in focus mode and forget to eat and not really pay attention to my nutrition. And I really want to hone in my physical body health and balance this year. So I hired them. I paid them last week and I could already feel my body chemistry changing because I made that choice. I already said yes. I haven't even started, doing the workouts. Today was the first day I started paying attention to things, but I could feel, because I said yes, that there was, an energy that started happening. Right. So when we say yes, when we enroll, and the dragon activation, it's $44. In my personal and humble opinion, it's very affordable for what we're going to be tapping into. And not only that, you get the Falling into Self-Love. It's a previous course that I recorded, meditation class and Q&A, specifically about activating a deeper state and a deeper sense of self-love within you and within who you are. So we are going to be going deep through this, right? So the dragon activation and the connection to the dragon codes itself. It's like, it can be very fun and very exciting to the egoic mind. But the other thing that's really important is that it's important for you to have an energetic and a nervous system baseline foundation built up enough for you to be able to actually receive these codes. This is why I hired someone to help me put more muscle on my body, because I know that when I'm stronger, my physical body can actually handle more of the light that I'm channeling. It can actually hold more of the light that I'm channeling. Can I speak a little bit about aligning your chakras? Yes, I can. To be honest, I actually don't talk about that very much. I just focus on soulful alignment. I focus on soulful alignment in the sense that your thoughts match your words, match your actions, more on like the integrity of how you're showing up in the world, because that by nature will align your chakras. When we focus on aligning the chakras, it's like you can kind of get caught up in the minutia, and I like to just like go straight to what I find is very important. Beautiful. Yeah, Silva. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit tired. I've been getting all the landing pages and everything dialed in so that I could have this conversation with you. I'm telling you, the dragons that are behind this, like, I am just the conduit. Like, I can't tell you how much I have just felt like, okay, like, you guys, I'm putting it together. It's really funny to feel that energy, right? We talk about the choice of no choice. When you align your will to that of divine will, it's like I don't have a choice to not put this together. I don't have a choice to like say no. I could, but then what happens is that internally, it's like I get like creatively constipated. I know that's not the most attractive word to use, but that's really what it is. It's like these things have to birth through me. These ideas have to birth through me. I'm in such agreement to deliver on my own soul purpose, and that my own soul purpose is to deliver on the consciousness of these beings of light, in which I am one of them embodied in human form, in which you are one of them embodied in human form, right? You're not, it's like, we like so much to put our guides and guardians and these angels on a pedestal, but here's the thing. You are one of them. You airdropped in. You volunteered to come here. You are a being of light. You are listening to this message right now because there's something stirring inside of you that either knows you're meant for something more, or there's a feeling of homesickness that you've never really been able to explain, that you know that you're connected to the angelic realms but don't quite know how to activate those memories within. And that's what I believe I'm here to do, is to explain all of this to serve the great awakening, which I really just see as the great remembering. We're just remembering where we came from, right? All right. So I see, dear, what is your perspective on keeping the original blueprint vibration of one's consciousness while working with dragon and other types of consciousness in terms of what lives in the body? Your soul's original blueprint is your soul's original blueprint. No matter what else you mess around with here, that it's never going to change. Your monad, the spark of divine consciousness, is exactly that. It is a spark of divine consciousness that is at the core of all living beings. That's why my brand is called Monad. It's that you are connected to your connection to source, right? And then you have your signature frequency. So your signature frequency is a frequency of your soul that is unique to you and only you. That's not ever going to get distorted. That never gets distorted. Your innocence can never be taken away from you. Your innocence is part of your divinity that is within. Right? So no matter what, if there's anything that I've learned on this path, it's that everything is undoable. I've just also learned, like, I prefer to not swim in dark waters anymore because I don't want to keep undoing the shit, you know? These are the lessons. So again, for those of you who are new here, you can go ahead and type dragon in the comments. And that will give you a link to the invitation to join us for that Monday call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, we had a lot of people hop on here. Dragon codes, yes, please. Yep, Stephanie, they do get crazy loud. If I'm not in that action of bringing it in, yeah, if you don't, it turns into a shit show. That is accurate. Beautiful. Okay, wow. I don't know how I got stuck on something and then missed all these comments. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Dragon, 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 dragon. There we go. Soul family. I was thinking Wonder Twin Powers, activate, but like Soul Family, activate. It's literally like that. Like, I'm here to have the conversation, right? I'm here to create the sales page. I'm here to talk to you about it here. But ultimately, what I believe and what I see myself as doing is, like, I am anchoring the pillar of light that's saying, hey, let's go. Let's attract, let's magnetize, let's do this work together, because one, we know we're stronger together. I also believe I'm stationed here in the Middle East right now because of what's going on in the world. And I know that, yes, we can pray from afar, and in the quantum realm and in the quantum reality, it's like, you don't necessarily have to be physically located, but I still also know that to be in physical proximity of something that's going on, there's a greater ripple effect of that. So I know I'm also a conduit of the prayers of healing and transmutation and rebalancing. And, you know, it's not that I can go in and, like, you know, change the decisions of the people who are participating in, you know, these heinous things that are going on. But what we can do is know that our prayers are being used by, you know, the deliverance of the angels that are there, that are supporting all of us, right? Again, it's that we are the conduits between realms. We are here to help amplify the field of peace, of prosperity, of wealth consciousness, of abundance, of new earth, of family, of unity, of community, of people coming together. Right? We were absolutely throttled by the panini, and there's still a lot of people who are still recovering from that financially and psychologically. I think a lot of us are really starting to get into our stride, though, which is really exciting. How can you unlock and develop your inner power? I mean, that is, I've got 7 years of courses to answer that question. One step at a time. How to unlock and develop your inner power. I'll tell you, the first thing that really comes to mind is it's to eliminate the fear of it. The more that you are afraid of your own power, the more you're actually repressing your own power. The reason that people are afraid of their own power is because they haven't integrated and forgiven themselves for being the villain in someone else's story, even in past lives or whatever it is. Like, we have to acknowledge that we have played the role in many, 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 many different hats. And I think if we really want to be honest for ourselves, we have to really acknowledge that we are all capable of very heinous and very horrible things if we are put in the circumstance or situation, right? And so a lot of humanity wouldn't really admit that. Well, we need to be able to admit it, to be able to face it, to be able to transmute it. So until you can actually acknowledge the truth of your own, like, personality and your own ability to choose for yourself and to choose what's in alignment with your own higher power, this is why power gets so distorted. Your inner power is innate. It is innate to you. And that is one of those things that can also never be manipulated unless you allow it to be manipulated. And the way that you allow it to be manipulated is that you're very covertly manipulated from birth. So what we're doing as far as unlocking and re-embodying your true power is that it's basically a series of unlearning. It's a series of unlearning. You have to have a connection to your egoic consciousness that is strong and secure enough to actually recognize that everything you've been taught is backwards and upside down. It's very confronting to the ego structure. Very, very confronting to the ego structure. Because when you finally start stepping out of the matrix and you finally start seeing the matrix for what it is, and you start to go, oh my God, I have been bamboozled. It can be very, very, very confronting, because that's when your entire identity changes. That's when you can't relate to certain people anymore. You don't want to drink alcohol anymore. You recognize that there are entities that are completely parasitically feeding off of many, many people. And it starts to get very confronting. You know, I've talked to a lot of people who are like, I have mediumship abilities, but I turn them off because I'm afraid. Well, what they're afraid of is seeing dark entities. But here's the thing, is that just because you're afraid to see them doesn't mean they don't exist. It doesn't mean they go away. It just means you don't see them, but you feel them. You feel them. So my perspective is I'd rather know where they are. I'd rather be able to talk to them. I'd rather be able to say, hey, get the fuck out of my bedroom. I'm trying to go to sleep. Please and thank you. All right, strange question, but you're seeing your face change as you're looking into the mirror, really feeling the processing. Yep, your face will change, your shape will change. If all goes well, you should be looking younger when you really start clearing off a lot of the weight of the world that a lot of us carry unknowingly. Feng Shui facelift, that sounds fun. All right, so yeah, Stephanie's saying catalyst is the best thing you can describe yourself. Stephanie and I connected several months ago, and I've been hearing nothing but life-changing reports on your end. I love it. I love it. I love it. How can you dissolve dark entities? That is also another full-blown course and full-blown class. What I will say is that if you are new or a beginner, it is not something you want to face without somebody that is experienced. Darker entities can be extremely intelligent and extremely manipulative. And if you're not careful, you can act. It's why I don't drink, to be honest. I was helping somebody that I love very dearly with an entity attachment, and I ended up bringing them home. And anytime I have done an entity extraction with somebody specifically that I really, really love and care about, where it's kind of like a pick on someone your own size kind of thing, I'll end up having sleep paralysis. I'll end up having to go see another healer to help me clear it completely. I'm stronger, more capable now, but and this is also why I know that everything's undoable, because I've really swam in some dark waters. I've really dug into some of these trenches, and I know how to transmute all of them. But yeah, Joan, stay in a high frequency is a great way to just not drop your frequency down to have to deal with it. But yeah, how we can send them into the light. We basically can give them the option to like, hey, do you want to just like evolve? You know, crazy thought here, but you know, we're all here to evolve. So it's like, you want to go to the light, or you want to go like, you know, once you start having conversations with them, you actually really start learning what it is why they're there in the first place, how they got there, what their true intention is, you know, and to be able to connect them. A lot of times I work with Archangel Michael in that to just simplify it for myself. I'm like, hey, got another one. What do you guys want to do with this one? Come pick them up. Beautiful. Smita, you've definitely changed and actually look much younger than 2 years ago. I love that. I love that. Love that. Beautiful. Just left your job of 16 years. Congratulations. We like big life changes over here in this quadrant of the internet. Beautiful. Stephanie, you can say firsthand your life has been going through several quantum leaps since connected with me. Yes, you have to do the work, but I do my best to keep you guys laughing. I'm a little bit tired now, so my jokes aren't as cheeky, but you know, they're still there. I'm trying to make a decision whether to leave your job or not. What I would say is build a bridge. If you can build a bridge, I see someone just says Catholic. I don't know if that's a question you want me to answer, or if that is, I have a lot to say about the Catholic Church. I don't know that I'm ready to say it publicly on social media, but, let me tell you this, it's not a juju I want to be playing with. Had some wild experiences in the last year that like paranormal, legitimately paranormal experiences that illuminated some things about the Catholic Church that I even in that moment was like not really prepared to, like I was like, why is this even happening? This is crazy. It was crazy. Again, talk about veils being lifted. Talk about like that was actually a big one. That was a big day for me. It was like, because I was raised Christian, I was raised Presbyterian, and I had so many questions that the church was never able to answer, right? That I was able to answer once I started doing readings. It was so interesting. It was so interesting. But that particular day, I know I'm being very vague. I just don't feel like it's appropriate for me to talk about on social media. We could talk about it in one of my classes, but I'm not going to talk about it here. All right. Nada, you said you were able to transmute a dark entity focusing on love and for practices that made you feel and believe that you are light and connect to love, not fear. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's what I would say. That's one of the easiest ways to do it. Truly. Gratitude, love, compassion. I don't know. For me at this point, I'm like, it's like picking up dirty clothes on the floor. I'm like, again, we're doing this again. But I've been doing this for like a decade and a half. I can't even believe it. I'm like, I don't feel old enough to be able to even say that. Build a bridge. What I mean by build a bridge is like, if you're thinking about leaving your job like immediately financially would cause a lot of stress for you, then what I would say is find a way to build the bridge financially so that you're not just like jumping off a cliff and like throwing your nervous system and throwing caution to the wind. I've done that. I just don't recommend it. Beautiful. Priya, you're grateful you found my channel. I'm so glad I always make you smile. That brings me, it warms my heart. It really, truly does. Your love and positive feedback never gets old for me. It's feel like for me to learn to receive love, it's actually been one of the hardest lessons for me to learn for a lot of, childhood trauma reasons. And so, yeah, I really appreciate all of your positive reflections and shares. It means the world to me. Somebody wished me a happy Mother's Day. It's making me cry a little bit even as I say it. Because I don't have kids. I'm 35 and I don't have kids. I'm almost 36. And like, there's parts of my life where I've wanted that, but also dating with these abilities. And, as a lady boss, which apparently is extremely intimidating to men, makes dating quite difficult. So yeah, Queen Navi, you were thrown off a cliff and can't seem to find that bridge. Then baby girl, it's time to learn how to fly. A plant is like your child. I can't go that far with it. But what I have said, this is why someone wishing me happy Mother's Day was like, it was a first time. And in a funny way, there was a part of my heart that really actually genuinely felt seen, because I've said for many, many years that I have felt like I am a divine mother to many. I was born with that very, very nurturing, like mothering instinct. It's like I go to a party or something and there's kids. The kids want to sit in my lap. The animals want to be right next to me. I've always had that like nurturing and loving thing. It's not that I'm not going to have kids, you guys. I don't need to adopt. It's just that I haven't yet. Haven't found the right partner to be like willing to go down that path yet either. I feel it close though, so that's good news. Yeah, thank you. how to start living from the heart instead of the mind. You have to feel the reasons why your heart is closed. It's like if you have a hard time being in your heart, you have a hard time being in your heart because there's a lot of stored pain in your heart. And the stored pain in your heart is from painful experiences that basically happened and were never integrated, were never healed, were never processed. And so if it's not properly processed, it lingers in your heart. And so to actually live in the embodiment of your own heart means to face all those hard feelings that are there. Yeah, I'm a dragon. I need to find another dragon. I did date a dragon in my 20s. I dated a man that was 12 years older than me. It was a beautiful tragedy. A beautiful, beautiful tragedy. So much passion and so much fire breathing. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, again, if anyone wants to join for the dragon event, go ahead and type dragon in the comments here. That is next Monday. Next Monday. And tell your friends, please. Tell all your friends. If you want to be an affiliate and make some money telling other people, let me know. I'll get you signed up in that way too. Beautiful. I had a lot of output of my energy today, so I'm sorry I'm like not as exciting as I usually am. I know, Smita, I saw your name come up. I'm so glad that you signed up. It's good. I mean, let's channel some codes. Let's channel some codes, and what I'm gonna say, we've got 50 people here live. So let's take a moment and really connect to the energy of the people, right? We're going to feel into the quantum field. And this is really fun because in the classes that I've done, right? I know, Smita, maybe you have felt this, but in some of the classes that I've done, when I say at the end of class, we put our hands, our psychic hands, our cosmic hands there with each other. And you can feel everyone who is tuning in now and will ever watch the replay. And it's like the field gets so big and it's so exciting. I love it because that means that these courses and transmissions haven't even reached a small percentage of who they will get to, which again, it puts more fuel to my fire, which is why I spend 6 to 8 hours a day getting all these silly funnels put together for you guys. Don't worry, I have help, but I like to make sure I'm a part of it as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and rub our palms together. Take a nice big deep breath and go ahead and place your palms anywhere on your body that you're feeling that you could use a little extra love and a little extra support. Sitara wa wanu kukuna kaya wa pu kai sitria hiu kukuna ko apu kakaniki sitria wa pu kukuna kai shu kunuku asatri ki aniki ki oku aku kunuki asitria. So some of you are just from this conversation remembering how to connect with your wings. It's not that your wings aren't there. It's that you just simply have it's like that you're still under amnesia, forgetting how to connect to your wings. Your wings are part of your multidimensional body. So your wings are part of your fifth dimensional self. And for a lot of us, it's at even actually higher dimensions of consciousness. And this is why you can have an angel body. This is also why you can have a dragon body simultaneously. Ya suatruanwa ya kia niki wa haaku sutru ya siatriawa wa ukunwa wa pu kukunuku Shutrayani wa ukunwa pukwa satria yania kaya wa ukunuku sutrua nuwa ku ukunuku sutraya iakian kiki kionukua pu sutrua haakaniki Shiotraya Ianua Ukua Munukua Satria Iwa Punuku Usotroa Shiotroa Nuaku Uku Kukunukua Satria Iakianiki Kia Katrea Waho Uku Shoo 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 Nikiatria Huakuaniki Shatria Waho Ukuna. Go ahead and make a really, 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 really big grounding cord from your root chakra that's right there at the base of your spine all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia, to the center of the earth. Shiatria, Iakia, Siatria, Iawahu, Ukunuku, Kukunuku, Apu, Satria, Niawapu, Kukunuku, Sutrua, Sutrua, Kitriani, Akia, Kiatrai, Yawahu, Ukunuku, Kuku, Sutrua, Aquapu, Kukunuku, Shatria, Iawahu, Ukunuapu, Kuku, Karkiani, Akia, Siatria, Yawapu, Punupu, Katri, Sio, Shio, 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 Nukuapu, Pupunuku, Naya kia satria waho okunuku kukunuku satria shoo. A lot of those sounds have been coming through lately in my channels. They're so much fun. It reminds me of I hope this makes you giggle a little bit, but it reminds me of that scene in Anchorman when they're all singing the Afternoon Delight. Afternoon Delight. Cracks me up. Cracks me up. All right. So again, for those of you that are just joining, go ahead and type dragon in the comments here today, and you will get a invitation. Oh, sweets, I got you to tears. You can feel it so deeply. We're going deep. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And for those of you who are really, really, really ready to snap yourselves and break out of the shell, break out of the cage, like really clear a lot of the amnesia very quickly. If you actually remembered even 20% of the truth of your soul and where your soul has been and what your soul went through to get into this body, your egoic consciousness wouldn't even be able to actually handle it. So your ego and your egoic consciousness is actually what has the foot on the brakes and on the gas of your spiritual awakening, of your ability to really tune into the light grid, of your ability to really drop into your heart. So we have to nurture the ego on this journey, because then the ego is also, its duty is to keep you safe. Its duty is to protect you. And its duty is also to protect itself from having a death. So as we are experiencing this, we're allowing the consciousness within us to be nurtured very, very gently. One of the biggest shifts that changed in my life was when I realized that my ego was not going to dissolve. It wasn't something that needed to be shamed or put in a box or we needed to get rid of it. Don't even try. We wouldn't have the ego if it wasn't meant to be a huge part of our human experience. So, and the ego is responsible for the individuation. The ego is responsible for the personality that keeps me saying I'm me and you're you, rather than we are all source and we are all identical and we are all the same. It's that we have free will to be as we are. And the really beautiful thing about all of that is that when you bring the ego, like the ego's role is to actually be in service to the heart. That's when things really start to pick up, and that's when things really start to change. But the key to that is that you have to trust your heart, and you have to be in your heart first in order to know that you're actually living in the truth of your soul's intention of being here. Yeah, beautiful. I can feel that that's landing quite a bit, actually. So let's go ahead and bring in some more codes to help integrate that. Satri yakanaki ahaakukunuku sutrunua haatria kikikiania shotra iwanua pukuku satri Satri, Taretri Nyawa, Shutruanwa, Kukukukukukunuku, Shutruanwa, Kukukuku, Nukunuku, Susususu, Shutreya, Kianakai, Kiakakanakai, Kyokuku, Kukunuku, 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 Kuku, Sutru, Kukunuku, Kukunuku, Susususususu, Shutruanwa, Akarai, Akaniakua, Satria, Wa, Shu, Shu, Shu. All right. So an example, and also like that this is what was just happening in my own inner world, is that obviously you guys know that I am sharing a dragon activation invitation with you, right? So as I have that dragon activation, I spent today working with my team to create the page to launch something in a week, because that's sometimes what happens when you get the idea. And so what's really interesting with that is, as I was just sitting here and feeling the field, feeling our connection, I saw the dragons basically like take that page and go, okay, we're going to bring it to who we need to be there, right? So that is where I'm using myself as an example. I got an idea. I become the conduit of that idea. I took the action steps, create the link, create the graphic, create the like train myself for years on knowing how to do all of this so that I can be a conduit in this way. It's that I chose to take the action steps that were aligned to fulfill my purpose. So some of you are avoiding some of the education that you need to accept is a part of where it is that you're going and a part of where it is that you need to go, right? So that's kind of the message that's coming through, because now that I created the page, the page itself can now be brought, and this is where I love social media in this way, because I cannot tell you how many people have shown up to my work or my page or video and they're like, I have no idea how I found you. Well, I do, because my angels and my guides went and they put the connections together on the electrical channels that said, it's time, here we go. That's it. I show up, I take the action, and spirit brings people. Again, I'm using myself as the example. So hear how that resonates for you in your life, in your world. What are you avoiding? What are you saying, I'm not quite ready? What are you procrastinating on? What are the internal intuitive inklings that you're getting that you're ignoring? What are the things going on inside of you that need to churn in another way? And as they need to churn in another way, they can start opening so that you then actually get to collect the wealth, the prosperity, the rewards, the blessings that are a part of your own divine design and are a part of your own divine inheritance. And because they are a part of your own divine design and a part of your own divine inheritance, they already have your name on it. So what I'm here to do is to help remind you how to receive what is here in this world that is already yours. Because it is a part of the contract that you signed to even come into this world. You did not come into this world to feel impoverished. Not a single human being did. But what they did agree to was being born into a matrix system that would be so complicated and so complex, and would also have an ingredient of amnesia baked into the agreement, that they would then have to go through the process of a spiritual awakening or a spiritual remembering to remember how to restore their own power. And so if you have ever felt powerless, truly powerless, desperate, taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form, abused, oppressed, held down, financially destitute, every single one of those pieces of suffering is actually your access to grace. It's actually your access to the next level of your own awakening that is going to deliver you into the blessings that you receive when you truly accept your divine purpose. And not only that you truly accept your divine purpose, but you accept the action steps needed and required to fulfill your purpose. Beautiful. I saw someone here ask if I'm a generator. I'm a 4/6 manifester. Diana, I don't actually have one-to-ones available right now. But you can, if you send me a private message, I will figure out how to send you a link for that. One-to-ones I offer very, very, very rarely. There you go. Sorry, just looking through some of these comments. Hello, hello, hello. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful. Starlana, 3/5 manifester. Love that. Beautiful. Yeah, so those of you that are new to this live, just hopping on, you can go ahead and type dragon in the comments. The dragon activation is going to be a very, very specific intention. The specific intention is to activate the light grid in and around Dubai. And because we will all be participating globally, we're going to be amplifying the light grid on the planet. There have been thousands and thousands of beings and humans that have been putting in a lot of work to lay down this light grid system. We are contributing to that. If you know that you are here to be a light worker and help to participate in repairing the grid in which we all agreed to embody, to come into this world, to be a contributor to this, it gets really exciting. Sorry, my iPad's about to die. And again, when you sign up, I have another course in there that's called Falling into Self-Love. I recorded it several years ago, but it's still very relevant. So we talk about like opening the heart and what it means to open the heart and really connect into your heart-centered consciousness. I mean, you guys, I don't have hearts tattooed on my fingers for nothing. Your girl has been talking about hearts for a long time. I love it. Any piece of art I do, heart, heart, heart. Put hearts everywhere. I love hearts. All right. It's my bedtime. It's 9:30. It's time to go to bed. The current solar pulses, I believe that the sun sends magnetic pulses to Earth, and part of that is actually contributing to the shift in the evolution of the planet as well. If you actually are able to connect into the sun and see what's going on with the sun, obviously, when you are connecting into 5D, so it's like if you take an out-of-body field trip and you decide to go into the sun, one, you'll run into some interesting things. But the other thing is that you will also recognize that your astral body is not affected by temperature. So the sun itself is a portal. The sun itself is a portal to other galaxies, other dimensions, other spaces. It's like kind of like Grand Central Station in a way. So those electromagnetic frequencies that pulse to the planet are also contributing to the evolution of how we're all waking up. So yes. All right. I really do need to go to bed. I'm poop-a-dooped over here. Anyway, join the dragon activation. Yes, yes, yes. I love and adore you guys. Please share the link with your friends. Please share the reels. Instagram is doing a whole new weird rollout, so we have to play the algorithm game extra hard. So all of your support and likes, comments, like, I'm not trying to be a like hussy over here. I'm just trying to get my mission out there into the world. And so your contribution and like liking and commenting and playing the algorithm game with me really, really helps a lot. So thank you for your just over enthusiastic comments all the time. Not only does it mean the world, it helps get these videos into the hands of our brothers and sisters that have not yet found our community yet. So with that, I love and adore you all. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful, blessed night, evening, day, wherever it is that you are. And I look forward to talking with you again very soon. All right, my loves. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much in love and very much complete. I just love that closing prayer. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Mwah.
And we want to share a big, generous thank you to our listeners who decide to become Monad Society members. This supports this podcast so we can stay true to our heart-centered vision of freedom in topic and expression. We are happy to welcome new members into Align, our community that meets twice monthly for deep dive transmissions, Build, our quantum business development for intuitive entrepreneurs from $0 to $10,000 a month, and Rise, our advanced level psychic development and scale your business course for high-level founders and CEOs by application only. I'm grateful that Monad itself is a sponsor for this powerful and free offering. So please know your invitation to join our movement is here and now. Please click the link in the description below, monadsociety.com/Sitara Speaks, to see what offering resonates with your higher calling. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Beyond the Physical. I hope you found our discussion enlightening and inspiring. Remember that this is an ongoing journey and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed today's episode and would like to hear more, I encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss on any of our future episodes. Connect with me on social at sitara.speaks for more insights and updates. Until next time, stay connected to your inner wisdom and keep shining your light.